and they wanted to be here, but they weren't able. So we will put these online.
Good afternoon. Let's begin with a prayer. Father, Mother, God, the Creator of all things, thank you for taking our dear Nellie into the sweetest corner of your mind, the most tender place in your heart, that she and we might be comforted. For now she seems gone, and we pray, dear God, for the strength to remember she is always near. She remains with us, for we are all in spirit together. The cord that binds us to one another cannot be cut, surely not by death. For you, dear God, have brought us together, and we remain in eternal connection. We surrender to you this grief. We surrender to you this pain. Thank you for receiving Nellie, and thank you for comforting us. So be it, and so it is, in the name of all that is holy. Amen. Amen. Nellie Catherine Symm Gruender, 65, of Rockport, Texas, and Columbia, Missouri, passed away on April 19, 2017, after fighting a 4-month battle with cancer. Born Nellie Catherine Reynolds on September 10, 1951, in Decatur, Illinois, Nellie graduated from Stephen Decatur High School in 1969, already a licensed vocational nurse. She went on to earn her degree as a registered nurse and was director of emergency departments for several major medical centers during her career. During her career, she was named Nurse of the Year by Symm and several other organizations for her exceptional work. Nellie was instantly loved by everyone she met with her exuberant and bright personality. She loved sailing and traveling, and she combined the two by traveling in her sailboat Sun Chaser on several extended cruises to the Caribbean. Nellie found great joy in visiting with the locals she met and learning their life stories. She also applied her nursing skills in her travels and volunteered numerous times on medical missions to Honduras through Honduras Good Works, which provides the only medical care available to thousands of people in the remote mountain regions. She paid for scholarships for several young Hondurans to continue their education, including one young lady who completed her degree and is now a teacher. This young lady considers Nellie to be her child's grandmother, and they have held a special connection through the years. Nellie recently had her first book published, Wisdom from the Cup, a memoir of her adventures, each story a life lesson, learned while acquiring one of the many coffee cups in her now grand collection. She was an accomplished fused glass artist and loved teaching students in her studio in Rockport, creating unique pieces of art. Nellie is survived by her husband, Eugene H. Gruender Jr., sons Eugene H. Gruender III and his wife Shelley of Columbia, Missouri, Robert Wayne Gruender and his wife Nicole of Tipton, Missouri, James Mason Rourke Gruender and his husband Paul of Sturgeon, Missouri, and Zachary Symm and his wife Sarah of Round Rock, Texas. 5 grandchildren and 3 great-grandchildren. She is also survived by her brothers, Charles Reynolds and Harold Reynolds, both of Decatur, Illinois. Also by her constant companions, Cruiser and Jazz, She was preceded in death by her parents John Reynolds, Ida Green Reynolds, and her brother Junior Reynolds. In lieu of flowers, please send any donations to Honduras Good Works, an organization she loved and cherished, where there are no paid personnel. All funds go directly to medical supplies and education for the poor of Honduras. We are here today because it has been our joy to know Nellie, and we feel so very privileged to have known her. Diagnosed with colon cancer in December of 2016, Nellie chose the word gratitude for the new year, 2017. Just so we'll be reminded that Nellie practiced what she preached. Her word for 2016 was compassion. Nellie wrote, "The truth is, we seem to put a lot of effort into deciding what we're going to do differently in the new year. Why not commit to living each day in the moment and open each day with gratitude? It won't matter what year it is. Each day will be lived to the fullest." And I would like to share a Nellie update posted by Nellie. On this 19th day of 2017, I have realized that I've spent 18 of those days hospitalized. To say that it was a rough way to end and start a new year would be an understatement. That said, I have been blessed in so many ways. My word for the year, gratitude, is inadequate in expressing my feelings. First, to my soulmate, who has barely left my side. He has been a warrior, a comfort, and an encourager in chief. There are no words to adequately say how much I love him and my children, Zach and Sarah, who have been at my side in spirit every step of the way, Eugene Gruender III and Shelley, who have sat with me and checked in every single day, Jimmy Rourke Gruender and Paul Rourke Gruender, who have cared for my puppies, taken down my Christmas tree, and cleaned my house so Jean could be with me. My gratitude and love is unending. To my hundreds of friends, prayer warriors, senders of light and love, you have lifted me up every day. You have each touched my heart. Nellie is a nurse. I started to say was, but I believe she is still. Nellie was a sailor with thousands of miles under her belt and was always ready for an adventure. Was she not? The Cupid girls are another of her many families. They are a group from Jean's high school days, and when they met Nellie, they recognized a sister. Nellie is known by the Cupids for giving without expecting a return and including everyone. We always knew it would be a lively luncheon when Nellie was there. She had a joie de vivre, says Kathy, one of the Cupids. Nellie was fun and full of laughs with a wonderful smile. She was beautiful inside and out. Her greatest joys came from loving her blended, extended family, laughing at herself, and her passion for perpetual learning. She was even an accomplished concert pianist. Nellie loved live music and theater. She owned 4 Corvettes over the years, 2 reds, a blue, and a silver, and she cherished her Corvette family of friends. We always knew when Nellie arrived and departed by the powerful roar. A friend shared, "I remember the first time I met Nellie and Jean. It was on a trip to Texas with the Vet Club to drive on the Texas Motor Speedway. She came right over, introduced herself, and told us how happy she was to be on such a fun trip. Her welcomes were always genuine and sincere. She was truly happy to enjoy whatever we were sharing." Zach says his mom was very happy when he joined the Masonic Lodge, like her dad. Family mattered to Nellie. She deeply loved the black and white photography that her dad had done as a hobby. And Sarah, Zach's wife, tells of the time Nellie came to visit and sobbed as she was deeply moved to see that some of her dad's photos had been framed and were hanging in their entryway. One of Nellie's latest artistic outlets was working with glass. She was very talented and eager to share her work, her knowledge, and her passion for this art form. If you expressed even a slight interest, you were immediately invited to stop by any time to experiment with glass or another one of her skills. Jean shared an entry from Nellie's gratitude journal. Nellie wrote, "Today I have gratitude for my creative ability. My glass art brings me great pleasure. I love seeing others look at my art with appreciation, and I've seen many pieces here today on jewelry. It gives me so much joy to know that my art will be worn and displayed by others. It is my silent legacy." A silent legacy indeed. I know I will always treasure the piece that Nellie created for me. In her writing, Nellie describes Galen Tips, also known as Gail, as her best friend of 38 years. "We tell everyone we were twins, born to different mothers in different states, 10 days apart. Gail is the sister Nellie never had, the constant in her life, the godmother to her son Zach, and Nellie's professional mentor. Gail is also a registered nurse." When I asked Gail what she would want people to know about Nellie, she replied,